Hello all and welcome to another video from Ms. Robbie's classroom. I'm your teacher advisor, Ms. Robbie, and today we will have another video on our series of the self-learning home task for the second quarter in English 7. For this clip, you will need your English 7 home task for week 7, some pieces of bond paper for your outputs, and a pen. Pay attention when you hear the bell sound. That means you may need to pause the video in order to do the task given. Then resume the video once you're done. And remember to work on your own. No problem in asking for help from others as long as you did all the work. So our goals at the end of this clip is that you'll be able to transcode information from linear to nonlinear text and vice versa. So with that, let's talk about linear and nonlinear text. There are two types or classifications of text. These are linear and nonlinear text. What is linear text? Linear text refers to traditional text that needs to be read from beginning to end. Here, the reader makes sense of the text according to the grammatical and syntactic arrangement of the words. Moreover, this type of text has an order of sequence. It's typically the author of the text who decides the order of the text or its reading pattern. Generally, texts printed on paper are considered as linear text. Novels, poems, short stories, letters, educational text, all those texts we read from beginning to end are linear texts. What is nonlinear text? Nonlinear text is the opposite of linear text. As its name suggests, it is nonlinear and non-sequential. In other words, the readers do not have to go through the text in a sequential manner in order to make sense of the text. This type of text has many reading paths since it's the readers who decide the sequence of reading, not the author of the text. Most people consider text with visuals or graphs along with it as examples for linear text. Some examples include flowcharts, charts and graphs, graphical organizers such as knowledge maps and story maps. In fact, any text that is not read from beginning to the end falls into the category of nonlinear text. For example, consider an encyclopedia or a telephone directory. We don't read them from beginning to the end. We skim through them to obtain the specific information we need. It's also important to note that digital text or electronic text are also nonlinear text. These texts offer an array of constituents such as mobile and immobile pictures, hyperlinks, and sound effects. Here also, the reader can choose his own path of reading. The following are some of the examples of nonlinear texts. Tables. A table is an arrangement of data in rows and columns, or possibly in a more complex structure. Tables are widely used in communication, research, and data analysis. Tables appear in print media, handwritten notes, computer software, architectural ornamentation, traffic signs, and many other places. Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is an illustration that uses circles to show the relationships among things or finite groups of things. Venn diagrams help to visually represent the similarities and differences between two concepts. Bar graph. A bar graph is a chart that plots data using rectangular bars or columns, called bins, that represent the total amount of observations in the data for that category. Bar graphs are commonly used in financial analysis for displaying data. Stock volume chart is a commonly used type of vertical bar graph. Pie graph. A pie graph or circle chart is a circular statistical graphic which is divided into slices to illustrate numerical proportion. In a pie chart, the arc length of each slice is proportional to the quantity it represents. Pictograph. A diagram representing statistical data by pictorial forms. Concept map. A concept map or conceptual diagram is a diagram that depicts suggested relationships between concepts. Concept maps may be used by instructional designers, engineers, technical writers, and others who organize and structure knowledge. Let's apply what you just learned. Go to page 2 to 3 of your home task. Carefully study the nonlinear text below and answer the questions that follow by writing the letter of the correct answer. Are you ready to answer? Let's go! It's checking time. Let's see if you're able to answer correctly. Check your own work. Carefully study the nonlinear text below and answer the questions that follow by writing the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. What information is provided for by the table? Correct answer is letter D. Number 2. What magnitude has a very unnoticeable effect? The correct answer is letter A. Number 3. If the intensity is 2.9, what could be expected? Correct answer is letter C. What conclusion can be drawn from the given data? Correct answer is letter C. Number 5. When an earthquake has a magnitude greater than 8.0, which of the following should you do? The correct answer is letter D. It's assessment time. Read a given linear text and transcode it to nonlinear. Use a Venn diagram to present ideas. Squids and octopuses are both head-footed aquatic animals, cephalopods, but they differ in their physical characteristics, habitat, and behavior. An octopus has a round head and a mantle along with 8 arms. The arms are endowed with 1 or 2 rows of suckers, but these never have hooks or sucker rings. Squids are also cephalopods with a triangular-shaped head, a mantle, and 8 arms. Along with that, they have 2 fins in their head and 2 tentacles. The arms of a squid are endowed with hooks and or suckers or sucker rings. The tentacles are arranged in pairs. Are you ready to answer? Let's go! It's checking time. Let's see if you're able to answer correctly. Check your own work. Enrichment Activity. Give at least 4 other examples of nonlinear text not shown in the above examples. Illustrate or paste them on a short bond paper. Output 2.4. Doing a survey. Go around your neighborhood and make a survey on what cell phone brand your neighbors like. List down the following. How many people you interviewed, the cell phone brands they used, and how many liked them. Then create a graph to show your findings. Write an interpretation of your graph. Then put your output in a bond paper or construction paper. Design it however you like, then submit to your teacher. You have an option to choose any type of survey topic you can ask your neighbors. For instance, what toothpaste brand they use, what anime series they watch, what mobile games they play, and others. This is what your output would look like. Submit your self-learning home task to your teacher for checking. Congratulations! You've completed the lessons for quarter 2. Until next time, this is your teacher advisor, Ms. Robbie. Happy studying, guys!